What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, RedemptionAgency.com, 23 years selling full-time on eBay. Fancy meeting you here. All right, like I said, I'm going to try to get back into these videos. So, starting today, we're going to try. Everything feels kind of normal today. Pee-wee's back behind here, chilling. Made it down the steps all right. But we're going to put some new twists on this. Obviously, I'm just going to talk whatever comes to my mind. Show what sold. But I'm also going to show, or at least, well, I don't know if you can see, but talk about numbers from the day before as opposed to this morning, and for the ongoing of the year, from the January 1st to where we are now, all year long. So you can just kind of see how it progresses over time and see the up months, when the months that take a big hit, the months that don't. So you can see more details within that. All I'm going to say about the morning numbers, the day numbers, they're not good. I went 10 hours without an offer even on the big account. So offers are still jacked up, and already had some errors out of the gate. So the website's still totally trash, but we're not going to fixate on that. We're just going to inform. And then we're just going to stay with the factual numbers and what I'm doing to try to make things better, being we're fighting, almost feels like we're fighting a losing battle with the eBay website. So you just got to keep plugging along, I guess, and try to figure something different out. But so we are Friday, so we'll get into the week numbers. We'll do that first, and then I'll get into breakdown of the numbers. I almost forgot it was Friday. So let's pull that up on the newest store. And I've had one of my lowest weeks on the newest store. I've had one of my lowest days on the newest store. So these numbers are not going to look too good, I don't believe. So on the new clothing store, $1,452 for the week, down 34%. We're at a 47% selling cost. Net sales, $673. That's down 46%. So why is that down more than the other? Did shipping go up? I don't even know. I haven't been paying attention. Quantity sold, 82 items, down 24%, for an average sale price per item at $17.71. That's down 13%. So I think this is my first week down in the new store since I've opened it. So, and to be fair, I've only put up hats in it, and and hats are slower in the winter, and I've been concentrating more getting whatever's in front of me, and there's been a lot of media in front of me lately. So I'm just taking whatever's next in the queue, if you will, to get listed. Put up a bunch of vinyl, a bunch of CDs, a few cassettes yesterday. I didn't get through too much because I had to start working on this project to get those big shelves out of the way that you see all the way down there. So I'm going to try to wrap that up this weekend. And then after I made last night's video, I had a few ideas pop in my head that I might be able to change in there other than just bringing those shelves in there. So I might be working on that, but we'll get at that in another video. So yeah, the new store, boo-hoo. Top 5 items. Women's hats come in at number 5 at $71. Boys' hats come in at number 4 at $73. Winter, slow time for hats, but yet 3 different hats made the top 5. So, well, maybe that's not the case, since I've been listing hats over here. So maybe it's the fact that I haven't been listing clothes over here that's been the problem. T-shirts down at number 3. I gotta get some new glasses. Men's t-shirts at number 3 at $95. That's down 41%. The boys' hats and women's hats are up. Number 2 is Major League Baseball, $98. That's down 11%. And number 1, men's hats, $581, down 32%. So just down across the board. And I think what I've noticed this past week on both stores, that the errors were hitting both stores. So it was more site-wide. It affected more accounts than just the older accounts. And I saw that on the spike on the down detectors also. The spike on the down detectors were spiking this week higher than normal. So it looked like more across the board type of error issues going on than just, say, certain accounts. So more people felt it this past week. And more people spoke up about it this past week. Not that eBay cares, but at least people are making noise, and when it does happen to them. So I can only encourage that, just because that's what I prefer to do, in hopes that somebody will pay attention eventually, whether that's a big publication and then makes eBay pay attention, or at least the board members pay it, something. You know, you ain't gonna get nothing done by just staying docile, and you've got to shake the tree when it's in front of your face, right? When the problem's there. Alrighty, the big store. Yeah, out of the gate in the mornings, a lot of times my small store beats my big store, and then my big store has to catch up. So there's definitely a lag with the problems that come with the older accounts, it appears. So, because you shouldn't, with 42,000 items in that store, going on 43, I think we're over 43 now. There shouldn't be, when that store was 30,000, but you know the story. All right. Let's see, the number without international sales, $2,941. With international, not too much, $3,084. So that's up 1.6%. So for the week, 3084. And when I get into the detailed numbers, those are going to be more net numbers than gross numbers. So if you like to hear the net numbers as opposed to the gross numbers, and I'm going to break down everything, costs of what came out. I'll get to it. Just stick around if you want to hear more gross numbers than that. So more net numbers. So we're about $4,500 this past week, which is nowhere near $7,000. So the goal is to get back up to $7,000 consistently every week. And that rarely happens anymore. So that's the numbers for the week. That's what's been going on. So, let me go break down the big store. I didn't do that yet. So, $3,084, up 1.6% at a 50% selling cost. So why is my other store at 47% now? And I got this one down to 50. Because I changed my 13% promotions down to 9%. That's where they've been for a few weeks now. So why? Maybe postage went up on heavier items. I'm not sure. But net sales $1,325. That's down 6.5%. So something changed there too. Quantity sold 320 items, up 10%. Average sale price per item $9.64, down 8%. Top 5 over here. Number 5 coming in, laser discs. Number 5 at $82, up 7%. Number 4, Blu-rays and DVDs, $167. That's up 3.7%. Music cassettes at number 3, $542, up 67%. Cassettes are weird. It's like 1 week up, 1 week down, 1 week up, 1 week. Cassettes are extremely strange. Vinyl records, $576, up 5.8%. And music CDs, $1,370, up 4.4%. So what I'm going to try to do in this headspace back into these morning videos is I'm going to say what's wrong with eBay, what the problems I've seen, what problems are being reported, et cetera, right? But I'm going to focus on, okay, how am I going to make my sales better with this broken website, right? What am I going to be able to do? Because I don't feel like listing more really changes too much, right? So maybe I need to start just sifting through my storage lockers, looking for those high dollar items and just concentrating on that. Something I didn't want to do because it would take a lot more time away from actual listing items. So I'm playing with that idea. Maybe I just do that. Maybe it helps me weed out the storage areas, thin it out more, throw more stuff to donations and narrow that down. And maybe that's what I need to do. You know, a lot of people on YouTube like to say the old dogs can't learn new tricks, if you will, when it comes to the eBay. But it's kind of hard to make that decision when it's not 100% the items you're selling that's causing the problems. It's a majority of it is the website. So trying to pull away from that and go, okay, I want to stay the course because I feel like when the website is working again, if it ever does, I mean, we're over 3 years now. We're probably going on 4 years now that they've been working on this damn website with the AI upgrades and the server upgrades and whatever else they're doing. Maybe this is the new, consistently changing website every day, so it's always going to have problems every day. Maybe that is the new eBay. I mean, we've been living in that for 4 years now. When am I going to wake up and go, okay, the new eBay is the eBay never works properly? So focus on what am I going to be able to do? What can I do? What should I do? But this week is more focused on getting this big change done. And then going forward with not really changing the way I store things, just breaking it down into smaller grids. So breaking a shelf down into 3 spots, breaking my drawers down into 2 spots, breaking all my boxes down into 2 spots so that I'm more focused on where that item's going to be in that box as opposed to going through the whole box. So that's where the focus on that's going to be in hopes that it doubles my pull time. So my pull time takes even, less time to do. So that is the focus. And kind of addressing other problems too. Like I always put my hats in the box like this. So when you pull a hat out, it kind of, especially with Adrian, it'll make a mess and he never cleans it up. He'll just squish it back down if he does that. So what I'm doing now in the new boxes, I'm undoing the snapbacks parts and I'm lining them just like that. I can't get as many. I'm losing space by about 4 per box when it comes to my smaller hat boxes. But the change is, well, if that didn't fall, it just slides right out and doesn't make a huge mess. So in hopes that less items fall on the floor and get left there or fall over into another box or whatever the case may be. So I'm trying to address little things like that also, just to make everything run smoother. So before we get into shipping these items, so as I've said before, put that in my pocket so I remember to take it upstairs. I'm going to have a notebook in front of me. The notebook's going to be from January 1st till December 31st. And it's going to be everything in and everything out. So I can see on a daily basis whether I am up for the month, down for the month. And I can't put too much emphasis on this because when it comes to certain parts of the month, like the middle of the month, my payroll comes out. So, and then at the end of the month, my payroll comes out. So there's going to be periods until the sales get back up where they should be. There's going to be sales or times where it looks like I'm going negative just because a big chunk of money came out, right? So payroll is my biggest expense, and that's payroll to me, Jan, and Adrian. So that's the biggest expense of the business. So it's not like that's a bad thing. It's going in our pockets. The other expenses of the business is, you know, you got things like the car, you got the storage, 2 storage lockers, and then you have the normal stuff that anybody would have if they had a regular job. Your internet connections, your cell phones. You're just able to write more off to get that number more into the negative, if you will, more balanced out. So if you're up $5,000 at the end of the year, I'm just throwing that number out there, it's a low number, but and you don't want to pay taxes on that to Uncle Sam, then you know to take that $5,000, maybe you go buy a new computer, you put $3,000 in a new computer system, printer, whatever set up, whatever the case may be, you know, putting the money back into your business. So this will always be a day behind. So we're the 17th today. So as of the 16th, so the money that went in count from the big eBay store is $191. The small store, $149. No money on Posh yesterday. YouTube only made $5.44. PayPal is $0, but I'm only doing that like one time a month because I don't have much that goes in there. It's more like the Vendu affiliate links below, GeroPack affiliate links below, and TrueGather, things like that. So not much ever goes into there. And then we got what comes out. So we got Pirate Ship. So $4.26 spent on Pirate Ship yesterday. So only looks like one international order yesterday. And what's $4.26 on international? That's not even an international price. I bet you. Oh, that was TrueGather. I had one TrueGather sale. That's what that was. So there was no international sales yesterday. So that was the TrueGather one. And then we got the bank account. So nothing negative came out of the bank account. Only the 2 positives that went in. Well, 3 positives. YouTube goes in once a month, so 2 in. So nothing negative out of the checking account yesterday. Onto the credit card, only $29, and that was Ink Frog. And I guess I can probably cancel Ink Frog now. I haven't used it in a while since I've got everything moved over. And as of right now, I'm not moving anything. So I can probably go ahead and cancel that for next month. As well, I put in to cancel Seller Champ because I haven't been using it. And that's $150. So that's going to be on here tomorrow. But I put in to cancel it, and they didn't cancel it. So I sent them another email. So I don't know if they charge ahead of time or behind the time. So I may still get hit with that $149 tomorrow. So that's another $149 going away. For a total of $312 into the account positive yesterday, which a running total is $514 positive. Because like I said, the payroll just came out. That is and then what I do is I only need $240 a day to break even, basically. So that's $514 up for the month. So profit in my pocket, or profit in the business right now at January 16th is $500. That's $32 a day. I'm trying to think here, so hold on. I want to make sure I'm presenting this right. That's in my head. Because when I made this, so it's plus $32 a day, which means all right, how am I doing this? Because I'm basing this off my $240 a day, but it's what comes out. So yeah, so that's it. All right. So, which is $32 a day profit if you break it down over the 16 days. So it's $514 as we sit right now. So there we go. And that's with the first half of the month payroll taken out and the first half of the month of the bills taken out. So if it duplicates, then that's $1,000 profit on the business every month. That's $1,000 I could go buy product with or spend on whatever I want to spend it on, type of thing. Being that Everything else is already accounted for, except for like shipping. I mean, I've already bought shipping supplies for the month, and actually those usually last a few months. I paid for them yesterday. So like yesterday on my credit card, the last 2 days on my credit card, yesterday was $647. And the day before that was $712. And some of that included buying boxes and mailers and what have you. So, you all right, baby? Just moving around. So when I buy stuff like that, it's going to be included in these numbers. So that includes everything across the board. Because I only have the checking account and I only have the one business card that expenses come out of. So not counting the eBay stuff, but that's already taken out of these numbers. So these numbers are the net numbers. So, and then also, I'll be able to tell you, like right now, I'm at 1,800 items listed for a month after 16 full days. Kind of fell behind a little bit yesterday. I only got about 50 items listed yesterday because I started on this project. So I want to try to keep that balance, to keep that number, at least for now, rising. Keep myself in check, getting the stuff listed. I mean, I still have stuff that I've just put up that's selling, so it's helping in that aspect. So I just want to make sure I keep myself in check every day, and that's what this does. And then also I can see, if we're at the end of the month and my run average instead of $514 profit is negative something, then we're in trouble, right? If it's even, everything's paid. If it's positive, that's extra money I can do whatever with. So if it's $1,000 a month for the whole year, that's $12,000 at the end of the year that I need to do something with. I need to figure out, because I don't want to pay taxes on that $12,000. I need to pay out a disbursement to myself, buy stuff for the business, etc. So that's when you can see, breaking it down, what you should do with your business as you get closer to the end of the years, to make sure you're not paying taxes on stuff you don't need to pay taxes on. Reinvest it. If you don't take it as payroll, reinvest it in your business. And that's why businesses don't pay taxes. When they say they don't pay their fair share of taxes, it's because you're reinvesting into the business. That's why rich people don't pay taxes. They take that money and they roll it back over. They're paying, I'm sure, payroll taxes and stuff like that for employees and all that. So they're paying taxes. They're just not paying the bottom line taxes. So, and that's, why should you, right? That's just the way it's set up. Take advantage of the way it's set up. Reinvest that money back into your business. So that is that. So I hope that was clear enough to understand, but I'll do that every day. We'll do that every day, except the weekends. Usually I take the weekends off. I don't do any shipping on Saturdays, and Adrian usually does it on Sundays. I usually pool on Sundays. So maybe as I get more organized, I'll start doing more pooling videos so you can see how much quicker things are compared to what they were. So, all right, let's get this stuff out so I can get to the post office, because we're at 10 a.m. right now. Orders. All right, I found everything on the new account. I think there was one thing I did not find. Well, there's one thing I can't get to because he's in the way on the new account. But it's not due till Tuesday. Monday's a holiday, so post office closed Monday. So I'll have to do that one later. So we're going to the clothing store first. What does this pop up here? UPS ground saver package dropped off to USPS locations will not be delivered by USPS and may be destroyed. Yeah, this is another thing that makes me sick about the way they're running the postal service. Now, if you drop off UPS or FedEx at the post office, before, FedEx and UPS comes daily to there. I see the truck almost daily back up to the. So instead of handing them over, they're just going to put them into their sales. Lost packages, just because. So don't drop your UPS and your FedEx off at the post office anymore, because they become a bunch of. God, I hope somebody's got to get rid of that guy. Somebody's got to get rid of that guy. Packages can be dropped off over 78,000 UPS access points, including the UPS store. That's where I do. Michael's, CVS. CVS also takes FedEx. So when it's a FedEx, I just have FedEx is Walgreens. Sorry. So UPS is CVS, Advanced Auto Parts, and local independent retailers. And for FedEx, I do Walgreens because my son works there. So I just hand it to him and he takes it in. So. No international on this site. So let's go and get this knocked out. All right. Power Torque hat. Boom. Sold for $6, headed to Fairbanks, Alaska. Somebody made the comment on my last night's video that now they see why I'm upset having all this product, but yet have so little sales, right? Like, yeah, that's exactly it. That's why I was always so, that's why I'm upset with all the problems with the website. It's just, like I said, when there is no problems, I'll have a $900 to $1,200 day when I literally get no errors while listing and all this and that. But the days I get the errors, I know that day's just going to suck. And that's been every day for a good 2 months now. Next up, we got this Under Armour pants. Here are some youth pants sold for $9, headed to Bedford, Massachusetts. And the thing is, I really need to get more in the profit now so I can take some more payouts. With all the bills that's been accumulating on the personal side of things. Hopefully we'll be leveling out here soon. Hopefully Pee-wee will be stable from here on out. That would be nice. Not just for a monetarily purpose, but just for a sanity purpose and for his purpose of just enjoying life better. That's more, important than, he's got to go in the hospital again and we got to spend another $1,500. Right, so, Holiday World, Indiana. Hat sold for $9, headed to Longboat Key, Florida. One time on a guy trip, we went by Holiday World. It was early in the morning. We had stayed near there for an overnight. We were going past it, so we decided to take a U-turn and just drive through Holiday World, Indiana, and check it out. But that friend don't talk to me no more. That friend don't talk to me and my friends no more because we voted for Trump. I don't know what made him go off the deep end. I really don't. But he just went. There has to be something else going on in his world that he took it to that extreme to think that the world's going to end. Right? I mean, because he's usually he's a smart, intelligent dude. I don't understand how he got so mind fucked, for lack of a better term, on that things are going to go to totally, not just worse, but just totally destroy everything. I don't. It's weird seeing somebody who's got intelligence in the head take that turn. So my only thing is there's got to be something else going on in his world that he hasn't talked about that's making him, that's just adding, and that's just fuel to the fire, if you will. I mean, there's got to be. At least that's what we're telling ourselves. Hawaii Yacht Club hat. Sold for $8 headed Chicago, Illinois. Like, no president in the past has killed the world. Not yet, anyway. I mean, Hitler tried. Right? But, oh, weird. I don't get it, but I'm not into politics either. So, but then again, neither was he. It's just, I don't know, the power of the media. And the power of when you don't have your own stuff together, man. Just the simplest things can affect you, you know. I mean, you've probably seen in past my videos with my dealing with my dad or dealing with Vern, you know. Every little thing is amplified. So just a plain white athletic brand t-shirt. Sold for $10.50, headed to Carlton, Georgia. You know, stress and stuff does that to you. Makes things kind of miserable. I don't know, but of course the door's always open when he, if he ever decides to wake up or whatever the case may be. He won't respond to any of our reach outs, so. And he was the one I went on to I've spent more time with him on the guy trips every year than any of my other, even the friends I grew up with, because they don't have jobs and they don't have money. So if I'm not paying for most of it, they don't go. So he was the one who, you know, works in the healthcare field, so he has stable money. So he was going every year with me. A lot of time spent in car rides across this country with him. So it kind of sucks that it all happened that way, you know. Grass Run Farms hat sold for $10.50, headed to Hayward, California. But I'll be here waiting whenever he gets through with whatever he's going through. I'm not waiting, but I'll be here. I'm not waiting for anything. I don't wait for anything, man. I got things to do. I ain't waiting for nothing, but I'll be here. Come see me when you're ready. I had lost 10 pounds. I think I put it back on the way I've been eating lately. Good Lord. I just... Onward. Yoni. That's a cool name. Yoni. Michael. Row that boat ashore. Hallelujah. Mark. Jeffrey. The giraffe. Sarah. Starship sung about you. Sarah. Yeah, Brad. The band Brad. I haven't listened to anything by them in a long time. I remember listening to Brad once, and I think it really just stuck with me, so I never listened to him again. Maybe it's time to give him a chance again. Alrighty. What has sold? So we had a couple sales since I've pulled. And everything else should be ready to go. Any international? Nope. All right. First up, we've got Your Hit Parade, Time Life, 1943 CD. So for $5, headed to Chatworth, California. I think with this idea, I've got to pull out the measuring sticks. My tape measures and do some measuring in that room. How these things suck. Because I think before I move those over there, I might try to move them into my packaging room with all the boxes, storage room with all the boxes and stuff. So I might be able to do that because that space is not the best utilized either. So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do everything. And get everything working. Get everything working properly. St. Jude t-shirt for $7. I'll take that. Boom. Next up, Behind the Waterfall DVD. You'll learn to believe in something greater than yourself. But if you don't believe in yourself, you can't really believe in anything else. You gotta believe in yourself first. DVD sold for $5, headed to Santa Barbara, California. Believe in yourself. For we are all humans stuck on this planet, trying to figure it out one day at a time. And though we will never have the answer and never really figure it out, the one thing we do have, one thing we can have, is faith and believing in oneself. For when you believe in oneself, you can then believe in others. You cannot love others without loving yourself first. We've got 8-track lot. 4444, buy two, get two probably being used here. We got Roger Williams, Frank Sinatra, Roger Williams, and Andy Williams. All easy listening style tapes. Headed to East Hanover, New Jersey. Let's go. Put them in a box. 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 Box. Ooh, my stomach is growling. The stomach is growling. Will it fit in there double side? Nope. I'm going to have to get a different mailer or stack them. Maybe I can stack them in a fold. Fold stack them. Maybe. Nope. Not really. That's not going to work either. I just used to. What are those noises I'm hearing upstairs? Somebody's here. Hola. 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 Next up. That's the one I can't get to because he's there. So we'll remove that. Have you moved enough? Nope. So we'll come back to that later. Next up, Everybody Needs Somebody sampler CD. So for $4, headed to Chicago, Illinois. Chicago. Rotten banana. Need to get some rubber bands. The rubber band man. The rubber band man can. Three. Steven. Next up, we've got the CD only, which needs resurfaced. Kicks Blow My Fuse. Great album. So for $5, headed to Chattanooga, Tennessee. Great album. Cold blood is all you need. When it gets hot, you're breathing. When it gets hot, you're steaming. When it gets cold, you're breathing. When it gets hot, you're steaming. Cold blood is all you. Oh shit, I sealed that. No, James, you gotta resurface that. There you go. You got it. Kevin. Next up, we got Garth Brooks In Pieces cassette. So for $4, headed to Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'll screw that name up. Saskia? Sasky. Next up, we've got Snoopy. Little plush. So for $9, headed to Federal Way, Washington. And four. Next up, Diddy, the jailbird. Diddy rock. I'm sure Diddy's getting rocked, ain't he? I know. But he's probably enjoying it, though. So for $5, headed to Plainwell, Michigan. Diddy jokes. Now I know why he called it Bad Boy Entertainment. Because Diddy, you've been a very, very bad boy. You've been naughty. Wonder if baby lotion stock dropped since he's been in jail. 13. Ow. Ow it is. Next up, we got, are you ready for a vinyl lot? Yeah. We got 145, Naked Eyes band. And then 12 inches, we got Twilight 22 Electric Kingdom. We got dun 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 Back in Black. So Back in Black was $10. No, $7. Twilight was $10. The 45 was $4. Company B, $10. So buy two, get two free. So $20 probably, and then got the two free. Boink. 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 All right. 1, 4, MC, and M. And lastly, Tommy James CD. So for $5, headed to Lincoln, Nebraska. Lincoln, Nebraska. I got to get Courtney in place to set up because we had that leak from a toilet plumbing issue. So I finished cleaning up that carpet and get a new bed or something over there for her because it ruined her bed. So I'm going to try to, as I'm doing all these new things, to really keep an emphasis on walking space instead of clouding it all up like I always do. And I'm trying to be more, what's the word, pro-efficient? Trying to be more efficient with how I'm doing things before I bring them down, so it keeps down here more organized. So I'm attacking the problem at the root of the problem, and that is me just throwing stuff in a box to hurry up and get it listed. Where now I'm doing that, but I'm going to bring it down and I'm going to strategically place it. So the placements will take a little bit longer, but it should make up time everywhere else. So. Should. All right, Prince of Labels. Whoops, click the wrong thing. Scan form. What I'll do is maybe at the end of this video, I'll give you numbers where I'm at least for the day, because I like to be between 150 and 250 by 10 a.m. So then you can kind of dictate. I think that will dictate how the day is going to play out from an eBay standpoint. Like if I'm there, it's going to be a normal, well, what was once normal day. If I'm not there, then it's going to be a normal day where it's just crappy. So you can at least get a feel of how today is going. So we're going on like 10:45-ish right now. So the dream would be over 250 at this point. On days when I have no issues, no errors, no shutdown overnights. Let me resurface up there. Oh, wow. Jed. First thing you know, Jed's a millionaire. Kinfolk said, Jed, move away from there. California is the place you want to be, so they moved it up, loaded up the truck, and they moved to Beverly Hills, that is. Swimming pools, rock stars, something like that. I haven't heard that in a long time. The Beverly Hillbillies. All right, so before I let you go, let's see what the performance is looking like for the day. Seller hub. So for the small account, we are at $72. For the big account, we're at $71. Well, there you go. Big account, like I said, the small accounts usually starts out better than my old account. So we're about $140 at 1040. So not miserable, but did have a huge shutdown overnight. So hopefully we'll have a nice rebound Friday. All right. Got to resurface these CDs and I'm off to the post office. Thanks, everybody. Welcome back to the morning shipping videos. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I'm just... Like, I think the thing I probably got a lot to talk about now with what's going on, but because I'm trying to do something now where, like, most days before this, I don't really have a lot on my mind. I'm just, like, enjoying the moment I'm in, right? I'm just enjoying the day. I'm just doing whatever comes to my mind, listing, putting out what content, whatever comes to my mind, and not really caring or worrying about anything. Just kind of just going with the flow. So, I'm not going to worry about, if there's a topic for these videos. I'm just going to let whatever's there flow. So get back to the old way, but add the new twists. So, man. All right. Enough for me. I'm off to enjoy my day. I hope you guys enjoy your day. Enjoy the weekend if I don't see you or talk to you before the weekend's over. Hope you guys have some good sales. And I will see you all in the next video.